This your boy, Mr. G. And you are watching the Triple C Motorcycle Review. And I'm on the new 2018 Harley Davidson Fatboy. And I'm pumped. I'm super excited about this. I want to know, the truth. There's mixed reviews. But this is one of 3 bikes that if I could own any bike and, and have, money wasn't an issue and I didn't have to have an everyday all-rounder, this is one of 3 bikes I would want to own. This, the Ducati XD Eval, and the Brutale Dragster. And I'm talking about, factory bikes. If I had, endless buku bucks, I could also just have, Orange County Choppers make me a bike. I'm talking about if I was going to go purchase just anything and I just have any bike I wanted. This Fatboy has become something completely different, so I'm excited to ride this. This used to be an everyday all-arounder utility bike that you could turn into anything you wanted and look good. Customize it for shows, turn it into a tourer. You could do that. But now it's just kind of the coolest thing you've ever seen, and it's kind of just a showpiece. It just looks better than everything else out there, unless you're talking about maybe another Harley. Okay, it does definitely have trouble turning with that rear tire and front tire being so fat. That was weird, because it turned at first, but then it wouldn't hold the line. I don't know if that's a deal breaker for me yet, because this is going to be a good ride. These guys are taking a pretty long route, and so I'll be able to see for sure, because I'm going to take a couple turns. But the coolness factor in this bike, like I said, this bike is one of 3 bikes that if I could purchase any factory bike I wanted, and I wasn't worrying about funds, this is one of the 3 bikes I would own. And of those 3 that I mentioned, this is the one I favor the most out of them, to be quite honest. Just look at it. Look at the nacelle on this thing. Alright, so he's going to pass a cop slowly. I don't know. What is our rider? What are we doing? Are we trying to die? What are we doing? Yeah, you cannot, wow. You cannot just throw it over. It stays up. It's kind of crazy, actually. It stays upright. It just stays up. It's like, no, I'm not going to turn. Sorry. So let's really get into this then. Let's get into this turn, fools. Get into it. Oh, that's silly. All right, so it's official. All the guys that are saying that it doesn't turn too well, they're not lying. It's laughable how bad it is. It is not, however, so bad that the freezing cold kept me from coming out here and riding it. I can see my breath. It's overcast and about to rain. I got like a head cold from the wind coming through my helmet, but I had to ride this thing. And then I'll tell you another thing. It's not so bad that I'm gonna get in an accident or hit someone next to me, or it's just that you gotta know how to turn this thing. You gotta work for it a little bit, I guess. I would still buy it, although maybe now I'm favoring that XD Eval, given the fact that thing apparently turns like a champ and has a big 240 in the rear as well. But this has a 180 in the front, so I think that's a part of the problem. I can do every day back and forth to work, and probably 2 hours on this bike if I'm doing a long haul with my girl on the back. 1 hour down, 1 hour back. I think with minimal soreness. The seating position, I can have my feet back really far because there's no heel shifter. The boards are great. The hand positioning is, maybe I want the bars back 1 inch. I'm not sure. I don't know. But the seating triangle overall is very, very good. Very, very close to flawless. And that's about as much as you can ask for on most bikes because everyone's a different height. Now you got no wind protection, so I got my mic tucked inside of the helmet. We'll see if that works. And of course, you know, the acceleration is just friggin' bananas. I mean, I don't think people understand who haven't ridden these new V-twins about this Milwaukee 8's torque. It's like, it's still smooth like a Harley, but now if you choose to, you can, you know, do the rip my arms off, hold on for dear life thing. How about the shocks? They must have this on a setting that is hard, because the shocks on the Heritage were really nice and these are really stiff. Now, I'm going to say something, you know, I rag on bikes that are expensive all the time. Yeah, turn boy. Come on, big fat. I mean, it is a fat boy now, for sure. The name is now appropriate. So I'm going to talk about the cost while we're sitting here at this light. I rag on bikes for being too expensive. So what do I think about the expense of this? I've seen this on the showroom floor for 21, and you ain't getting out with 21, like I've said before. Real easy to flat foot, by the way. Braking is great, and everything is like easy to shift, to reach, and very narrow. So here's my thing about the cost on this. This is the hottest thing you can buy if you're looking for hotness. You don't buy this because you're looking for a bargain. If you want something that's XD Eval, you know, or dragster, come on, for God's sakes, turn, or dragster worthy, you know, then you pay for this in the same way that you pay for an XD Eval. You pay the money. That's it. You want this bike because you think like, oh my God, that thing is bananas. Look at it. I would live to ride that thing. I would live to be seen on that thing. I would live to show this off to my significant other, in my case, my wife, who hears way too much about motorcycles and would stop caring at some point. Oh my God, turn, big boy, turn, big house, turn, big house, come on, fool. Work it, work for it. Then you pay the money if you want this new 2018 Fat Boy, you know. You're driving a Corvette and they're like, it's 60 grand and you don't even have rear seats. Why would you? Well, because it's a Corvette. That's why. Well, this is that now, you know. Tear into it, fool. So I don't really have a problem with the price on this bike, which I can't believe I'm saying. Now let's see what it does here. Okay, so there's an advantage of big fat tires. The Heritage actually got very minutely wobbly over the grate, which was shocking to me. This didn't move because it just wants to go in a straight line. So this your boy, Mr. G, and I am happy today because while there are tears, cold tears turning into icicles running down my face, I still am on the 2018 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy, and that's enough to make me smile, and it'll be enough to make you smile if you ride it. I mean, this thing is fun and just looks great. And I know that people are driving by seeing me right now and being like, damn, he looks good. And that's kind of awesome. This is your boy, Mr. G. I'm out. Catch you on the flip side on Instagram and Facebook and Motovlog and YouTube. That's funny how I leave YouTube out, because like it's a given, right? I'm on YouTube. Peace.